Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Vampire YGO here again. Welcome back to another deck profile. This is an updated Crusadia deck profile. It's another Kaiju Crusadia OTK kind of going second build, and it is pretty much an updated variant from the one that I posted maybe about 5 or 6 months ago. I appreciate everyone's time again. Thank you guys for the likes, subscribes, dislikes, comments, everything. Again, please let me know what you guys think of the video, and let's get right into it. For those of you who don't know, Crusadia is definitely a package that was used heavily maybe about a year and a half or so ago, especially in a Thunder Dragon. But it's used in also Guard Dragon packages, Buster Blighter, and a decent amount of other combinations of decks that can use this as well. But this is more focusing on pure-ish slash throwing in some kaijus and hand traps. It's going second version. It's got a lot of summoning power. They're all based off of special summoning. All the effect monsters special summon themselves to a point that an arrow that a link monster points to, and then they have their own effect as well. Maximus's effect is he can target a Crusadia link monster you control, and then if it battles opponent's monster, the battle damage is doubled. And then yeah, he's 1600 level 4. You pretty much only really use him for your special summoning ability, but unless you have Equimax on board and you're going to go for the one punch, then you use his effect and the damage becomes insane. When you hit with X-Max, you can do up to like 14,000 damage in one hit. It's pretty crazy. You run 3 of all of the effect monsters. I'm pretty sure that's how I was running it in the previous build as well. If not, maybe it was 2 Leonis, but I think I was running 3. You can definitely see the difference in the color when it comes to the mega pack versus the actual pack itself there. But you want 3 Leonis. Leonis is kind of a similar effect to Maximus. It targets Crusadia Link monster, and then when it attacks a defense position monster, you can inflict piercing battle damage to them. And then 16 defense, 12 attack, level 3. And then that also, again, for using for the special summoning ability, or again, if Equimax is attacking a defense position monster, you can use that. And then you have 3 Reclusia. Reclusia is awesome. It's got a pop ability when it's special summoned to a link arrow that a link monster points to. You can destroy one monster or one card on your opponent's side of the field, and then one Crusadia monster that you control. And it doesn't have to be this one specifically. And then you can also use the Arborea to protect it as well if you want to keep it alive and use it as link. If not, you can also use the Arborea, depending again for your opponent's turn if you only have 1 in there. But there's definitely ways of getting multiple, especially if you use Haka 5 racks. So you run 3 Arborea. This is your protector. When this card is in the graveyard, you have a Crusadia monster that you control is destroyed. So Avermax, or again, if you're using the effect of Reclusia, you can banish this card and keep it alive. And then 1800 defense, and then the most important thing is it is a warrior and a tuner. Therefore, you can search it with reinforcements of the army, and it is searchable level 3 or lower for the Haka 5 racks as well. You're just going to use it for extra link play. There are no synchros in this. But she's awesome. Again, protecting Avermax is amazing. And still, I feel like a lot of people underestimate this deck. It's definitely got a lot of summoning power, but in general, it kind of never really lived up to its full potential. And I feel like maybe if they give it a little something more, or maybe one day another archetype that it mixes very well with can actually showcase it. But it's actually not bad. The 3 Crusadia Draco, one of the most important cards as well. It's a search card from your graveyard. Basically, when this one's special summoned to the arrow that a link monster points to, you can target another Crusadia monster. So you'll want to choose the one that you normal summoned and bring it back to your hand so you can use its special summon ability. Some monsters you'll be able to special summon 3 times, or 4 depending on, again, what cards you get throughout this deck. That'll be it for the Crusadias. And then we won 1 World Legacy World Crown. This card is a kind of like, it's a negate disruption, basically. You can special summon it to a link arrow that only monster points to. 2000 defense, 2000 attack. I usually put it in defense, and then it has the quick effect. You contribute this card when your opponent activates, or a special summon monster from the extra deck zone activates an effect. You contribute this card and negate it and destroy it. I think I'm pretty sure it's destroy if I'm not missing it again. Yeah, destroy it. And then it has some other stuff for it for War Legacy as well. I did switch it up a little bit by adding in the kind of guard dragon link combo, just to kind of give it a little bit of extension. Thrown in with the LP and then the red MD. Works out very nicely. It's kind of like if you watch the Buster Blader Crusadia profile I did, the combo is kind of like that, but it can definitely combo off, and you can literally end with Apollosa, Avermax plus that World Legacy World Crown, or at least, you know, another a few cards or something, so still on the field there. There's definitely, if you're going second, you can easily get access code Tiger and Avermax out, access code Aquamax out, multiple ways of winning that there. But I do 5 Kaiju still. I'm pretty sure that's the package I was running in the previous one here. Each one of just a different attack, obviously, just to go always have one up on the other depending on what they have on their side. But yeah, 5 Kaijus, and then I do run a Slumber as well, but I'll get to that. We have the hand traps. I guess Kaijus are also kind of hand traps. The Kaijus are awesome because they can get rid of so many problems these days. They can get over the Black Luster Link, they can get over any Sky Striker stuff, they can get over Dragoon is pretty much one of the main ones that I say now. You can get over, you know, pretty much anything. Borreload Savage if you want to get off the field, if you want to get the Apollosa off the field. So many ways of clearing the specific boss monsters that you do not want on there. Winda is another big one I was trying to mention as well. But to the hand traps again, we have 3 Ash Blossom Joyous Spring. I know a lot of people are actually switching it to 2 with the Gear Gamma combo. I like to keep it at 3 because I am also running the Gear Gamma combo. It's just really relevant in this August format, it seems, especially with the extra extension of the driver. And I've seen some people using the, what do you want to call it? The Psyframe Link monster. I don't know why I can't remember his name at the moment right now. To also get some more extension on and keep this on board. But yep, 3 of those as well, and that would be it for the monster lineup. We have the 1 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. There's definitely ways of maybe putting, you know, S0 as a problems, and so is the freaking Dragoon. So some of the things I was kind of thinking of, droplets is going to be very important. I would probably take out the Kaiju Slumber and maybe like some other cards to put in 2 to 3 droplets as well. I only have 1 copy right now. I'm definitely looking to at least get 2 cards. Insane, and it can definitely shut down again, depending on what they do on the list. If they don't hit S0, and if they, you know, obviously Dragoon is just entering itself. Depending on what they do with that, droplets is going to be an amazing card for the coming up format. These are kind of your, again, just ways of extending from the graveyard. You have Saryuja Skuldred in this, so what it is you're definitely going to see one of these at least throughout your hand, or draw power depending on the deck, or by also essentially using Saryuja's effect. But, you know, again, just a special summon from the grave, keep things rolling. The Monster Reborn is flames in the prismatic. It's crazy. I did not know that these were up in price. They're like $40 for a first edition, like light play reinforcement of the army. I think I have about 5 copies of these first ed, and they're all still in very good condition, I would say. But yeah, definitely need 1 reinforcement of the army to get the Arborea. And then again, you can usually see this. You can use this no matter what in your first turn, pretty much, if you get your combos going. Even if your minimum combo goes off, you'll have definitely at least 5 monsters in the graveyard at the time. Getting the Avarice off is awesome. You'll also have a good possibility of seeing it when you're using the Skuldred effect as well. And then last for the spells, kind of as typical. I mean, this card just should always go in, I don't know, so many decks. It goes in everything. Just believe in this card. It's always great to stop. Hand traps are just a thing that everyone should expect by now. But yeah, it's Recall by the Grave. And then one trap card, the Imperial Order. I'm pretty sure I was running that in the last one just for an extra control variant. I would probably take this, the Kaiju Slumber, out for at least 2 droplets. And then maybe if, maybe one of the Crusadia monsters or something like that, to get rid of the an extra spot for a 3rd droplet, if so. And then for the extra deck, 3 of the Crusadia Magus. The camera cannot handle this prismatic that well, so I'll close up on the super instead. It's an awesome card. Spellcaster. This is one of the main starters for it. People will usually kind of try to ash this thing if you get it off. Definitely one thing to expect, or Veiler or Impermit. This is the one where you get it out if it's a link 1, and then so you use your normal summon and get this one rolling, and then if a monster is special summoned to an arrow that it points to, you can add 1 Crusadia monster from your deck to your hand, and you're always going to want to add either the Arborea, Reclusia, or the main one that you're going to want to get if you did not get it in your hand is the Crusadia Draco. The dragon one, because that one adds from your grave back to your hand. And then you have 2 Spatha. It's just a grindy deck, and you can get your combo off multiple times, depending on, again, what's happened in the game, but 2 just in case. It's kind of tight, but getting Aeromax out is awesome. The Spatha is the one that moves the monster and also will move your Guard Dragon LP over, so you can get the red MD playing going as well, just like the Buster Blader video as well. And then you have Regulex, don't really use the effect, it's just another way of getting Abramax out easily. And then you have the 1 Equimax, the 1 punch. This is an awesome card, it's a link 3. And then gains the attack equal to the combined original attack of all monsters this card points to. And then once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1, or you contribute 1 Crusadia or World Legacy monster this card points to target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and negate the effects until the end of his turn. So he's got awesome effect ability, and then he gains extreme attack, and then if you use the Crusadia Maximus to boost the attack, or if he attacks a defense mechanism monster with the Leonis, you can do literally double to triple the amount of damage that you would need to do to finish the game. And then you have 1 Crusadia Aeromax. This thing is awesome. You can always, usually on turn 1, make this in an Appaloosa or this in the Nightmare Griffin, and they're pretty much just sitting there, usually trying to figure out what to do. But yeah, good luck getting over this thing. It's very difficult. Again, Kaijus can get over things like that. I have the 1 LP, and I have 1 Halka-Fibrax. Again, the LP is just to get the red MD out, and just go into your Saryuja, and then the Christian Halka-Fibrax, obviously get the Arborea. You can use it to get the Gamma or the Ash, depending on, again, what you're working with, but usually try to go for the Arborea. And then 1 Nightmare Unicorn and 1 Nightmare Griffin. Griffin is kind of a sleeper card this format as well. There's a lot of cards now that Master Rule 5 is kind of plateaued when it comes to what people are using in the extra deck. There's a lot of decks that don't use link monsters at all anymore. There's some decks that just go pure fusion. Even in general, the link monsters that they have are maybe like things like Halka-Fibrax and some other things to get maybe more fusion oriented decks or Exceed oriented decks. So this card is awesome to try to pretty much stun your opponent with these special summon monsters, because they must be links. Usually they don't have that stuff right off the bat, so again, depending on what deck you're playing, I have it in there. And Unicorn speaks for itself. Sorry about yapping, preaching Griffin a little bit there, but I think it's an awesome card. For the 4s, again, besides Aeromax, we've got Access Code, Appaloosa, and the Skull Dread. And yeah, this would be it for the extra deck. Access Code is definitely what you're gonna, like I said, he's extremely easy to make going on your second turn. You can do him and Aeromax and just cause a rampage. Equimax and him also make a great combo to finish things off, and then get the Maximus back out, and you can just pretty much win the game. It's pretty much the go-to combo, this dude and Equimax. But again, if you're going first, you can end with Appaloosa and Aeromax. It's a little bit better. Sometimes the Imperial Order on board as well, or sometimes just the Appaloosa or just the Aeromax, depending on your choice. Again, depending on your playing there. But this is the lineup for the deck. I suggest some of you guys try it out online. It is definitely fun if you like to play more combo oriented decks and then try even going second. It is good to combat the meta a little bit, but it's more of, a rogue status deck. Check it out. Thank you guys again for your time. Please leave comments, likes, dislikes, subscribe. If you have any questions or anything, feedback, please let me know. Thank you again. Have a good one.